Good morning all. This video is kind of a counterpart to my video of why machine waxing is superior to hand waxing. Now there is one case in which hand waxing is better than applying by machine, and that's if you're using a spray wax. Because spray waxes are very thin, they're very watery. A machine applicator is made out of foam. This is the applicator I use to apply wax. I use it for nothing but applying wax. And as you can see, it's foam, it's very soft, very absorbent, soaks up a lot of product. This is a foam hand applicator. These are getting less common, harder to find. They are perfect for liquid or paste waxes. But trust me, do not try to use a spray wax with one of these. It applies it way too unevenly. You get spots that are extremely thick and difficult to remove. Other spots are very thin, and it's hard to tell if you've gotten an adequate coating on there. So what I prefer to use, now these are very common. They come in many colors. It is a microfiber covered foam pad. Now the microfiber on there allows you to spray the wax onto the pad, which I think is preferable to spraying it on the car because you can control exactly where it goes. If you don't want it on your windows, spraying it on this pad here will prevent that. And it's real easy. This pad is already primed because I've done the entire car with the exception of the driver's half of the hood, just so I could give a quick demo. This time I'm using the ceramic spray coating from Turtle Wax, the hybrid solutions. I also have the option of using the Flex Wax, which is a graphene-based spray wax. In my opinion, they are very similar, and it boils down to personal preference which one you want to use. Like all Turtle Wax hybrid solutions products, shake them well before using them. I usually shake it a couple of times during the application just to make sure everything's mixed. And like I said, since this pad is already primed from doing the whole car, in order to do the half of the hood that still needs to be done, one spray is more than enough. And again, this is applying wax. You're not using any pressure. You're not trying to rub. You're not trying to remove. Sorry for kicking the camera. You're not trying to remove any defects. All you're trying to do is evenly apply the wax to the car. And that's done in straight line motions like everything else I've demonstrated. And like I said, I've done the entire car. It's been maybe 25 minutes. And I'll share two of my secrets with you that allow me to get the results that I do. The first one is slow down. Slow way down. Speed will come with practice, but speed is not important, especially if you're not doing it for other people. By going slower, it allows you to focus better on what you're actually doing, so you don't miss spots, you get it done right, and you can take your time and, like I said, not miss spots and do it correctly. The second one is throw perfection out the window. Do not try for perfection. Odds are real good you're working on a street-driven car, a daily driver. Things are going to happen. The paint's going to get marked up, bird poop, sap, acid rain, whatever your environment has to throw at it. The paint will get marked up and will not be perfect. And you're just going to try to drive yourself crazy if you go for perfection. It's just not worth it. And I have found that by slowing down, paying more attention to the details, and focusing on what I'm doing, I actually do a better job than by trying to go fast and trying for perfection. So just take your time, enjoy what you're doing, and let that be it. So I'm going to apply the wax to this side of the hood. That'll finish off the car. It's been about, like I said, 20-25 minutes since I started. So once I apply to this side of the hood, I'm going to go around and start removal. Now the applicator's already been sprayed. I waxed to about the middle of the hood on the other side. So all I have to do is evenly apply the wax to the driver's side. And like I said, no pressure, just enough to keep the pad from slipping out from under your hand. Overlap your passes so you don't miss anything. And that's it. I'm done applying. That's all there is to it. Now it is a little cooler this morning. I think it's in the low 60s, high 50s. So it will take a little extra time for this stuff to set up, cure, dry, whatever you want to call it. But the parts that I've already done are dry and they're ready to go. I'll be back with a few final words. Okay, removal of the spray wax is exactly like removal of the liquid to the max wax. You have 2 towels. First one, more than damp, but less than dripping. Your second one, dry, clean. The damp one is to break up the majority of the wax and remove it from the car. The dry one is to buff off the excess liquid, the water, and whatever residual wax remains on the car. This is what Turtle Wax recommends for their waxes. And in my experience, I mentioned this before, it works beautifully. When you're done, there's no smearing, no clouding. It's just a clear, protected finish. Okay, now some detail-oriented people refer to applying a spray wax over a base wax like the to the max wax topping. It's topping your wax. The idea is that you're adding a slightly additional layer of protection and helps your base layer last longer. I just look at it as applying a second coat of wax to keep the protection at a maximum level for as long as possible. How often you need to do this is entirely on you. I'm very picky about my cars, so I tend to top the wax or add another layer of a spray wax maybe twice a month to make sure that my wax protection is always the strongest it can be to protect the car. And with a strong wax layer on there, it's easier to clean the car. And it only takes a few minutes. Like I said, I do not take my time. So it's taken me probably about a half hour, maybe 40 minutes to completely apply, then remove the wax. So I want to thank you all again. The video that this one is a sequel to sometime during the night hit over 1,000 views, which for me is completely mind-blowing. And I have to thank all of you that watched for making that happen. I know this weekend was supposed to be my Camaro, but due to circumstances at the shop beyond my control, beyond the owner's control, and not involving my car, it won't be done till Monday morning. So next week I will be doing a series on the Camaro, how it looks coming from the shop after being neglected since last August, and the turnaround that it's going to go through. Thank you all for watching.